What's up guys, I'm Team Draksler and this one is about the biasing my JCM 800 clone. The following things that I will use in this video: this kind of foam to lift up the amplifier, then you need a speaker cable which is connected to the cabinet, then a multimeter to measure the voltages, some gloves, screwdrivers, then I have ETC 83S JJ tubes, EL34 tubes which are used for power amp. Then I have the Tube Town Kit Octo Probe for measuring the bias. Shout out to Tube Town for this great product. Then we have some things that I had written down for measurements. Some tissues to clean up the amplifier. This is my JCM 800 clone, and first we need to unplug the power tubes. The first one, you see, it had the broken plastic, so I will fix that later. Now I will start cleaning the amplifier. Let's start cleaning the amplifier. Just with normal papers. We need to remove some dust. For this kind of process you need some gloves because of statics, that you will not ruin the tubes. I'm inserting the tubes. The following step is to figure out which power tube is the first one. So I will lift up the amplifier and check which one is the V4. This is the V4. So first we need to measure the resistance of the probe. We connect the probe to our multimeter and measure the resistance of the probe. Resistance was 2 ohms. We need this data for later on calculating the exact bias. When we have this data, we will write it on the paper. So now we need to insert the probe into the V4. So now we are inserting the AL34s into the power amp sockets. We need to be careful with this probe that we will not ruin the tubes. So here is our amplifier. We did connect it to the ground, the multimeter, and we need to check the plate voltage on the V4 tube. The plate voltage on the V4 tube is on the third leg of the tube socket. So now we are turning everything on 0 on the amplifier, connecting the speaker cable. And turning on the amplifier on standby mode. After 30 minutes or so, we turn on the amplifier. we need to wait that the voltage will be fixed. First we measure the voltage from the probe, so we get 0.050. So we insert that data on our paper. So now we will measure the plate voltage. Our multimeter is connected this time to the ground, and we are measuring from the third leg of our amplifier. We have measured 445 volts, and we write down this data. Here you can see our measured 445 volts on plate, 2 ohms the resistance of our probe, and 0.050 DC voltage. So now we need to calculate our current bias. Our current bias is only 25 milliamperes, so we are aiming to get 33 milliamperes. So we need to raise our bias. We want to use 60% of tube usage, so we have calculated our DC voltage of the tube, which is actually 0.066 volt. First we measured 0.050, so we need to raise to 0.066. So we are turning on the amplifier again, waiting that the voltages will be fixed, and we are just raising the voltage to 0.066 volts, which is actually 33 milliampere of current. And now our bias is fixed. And we bias the amplifier to 33 milliamperes. So that's before we get 0.50, and we divided it by 2 ohms because of the probe, and we calculated the amperage 25 milliamperes, which was less than we expected. So our goal was 33 because we measured the voltage on the plate, which was 445, and 33 milliampere is 60% of tube usage. So we calculated the 33 milliamperes and calculated how much voltage we need, and we adjusted the voltage. So here is the amplifier biased. You biased with this trim pot, and now it's time that the tubes cool off, and we will a quick recap. What did we do today? So the first thing was to measure the voltage, the plate voltage. This was on the pin 3. So we did go to the pin 3, which is this wire. 1, 2, 3. V4 tube. So then we did measure the probe resistance. It was 2 ohms. So the probe that we used for measuring the millivoltage, which was 0.050. So we inserted the plate voltage to our calculator, and we inserted which type of tubes we have, on how many percent we want to run the tubes, and we inserted our plate voltage, which was 445 DC. So our bias needed to be 33 milliampere. That was our goal. So then we measured our voltage with the multimeter and the probe, and divided it with 2 ohms, and we calculated that we had the starting milliamperes on 0.025, and it was 25 milliamperes. So we needed to raise it to 33 milliamperes. So we calculated how much voltage we need that we get 33 milliamperes. So we inserted our 33 milliamperes, and we get the voltage on the probe 0.066, which is actually 33 milliamperes, because here is the formula: amperage, resistance, volt. So that was it. Now we need to unplug tubes and the prop and play around with the amplifier. When everything is set up, we need to test the amplifier. Sorry guys, but the cabinet was in another room, so the volume was really low. But the amplifier is working great. That was it for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time on the following repair video. Ciao.